All right, new project on the bench. We got a 97 Fender California series, made in USA Telecaster. Somebody had a bit of an accident with it, so a buddy of mine got a good deal. What we're gonna do is do a full body refinish on this using just spray cans. So I've got Auto Parts primer, sandable primer. We're using the good stuff, StuMac nitrocellulose gloss black and StuMac nitrocellulose clear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear the whole thing down. We're going to fix this damage right here, sand the whole thing smooth, shoot some new paint at it, and it'll be good as new. Won't have to clean a paint gun. All right, there it is, stripped down, ready to go. Looks like it's a candy color over gold. I'm gonna clean a bunch of this shit up, these little boogers here. This is gonna be the main thing though, right here. I gotta take enough of this material off so I got enough area to fill. I'm gonna put a little bit of body filler in there, block the whole thing smooth, shoot it with some nice black and clear. Alright, so here's the process. I'm going to scuff this so I got enough tooth to bite to. I'm going to fill it with body filler, and then I'm going to block sand the body. I'm going to sand at 80 grit, 120 grit, 320 grit, 400, and prime. I'm going to sand the primer back at 400. Then paint. I always paint at 400 grit. Then from there, clear. From there, then I'm wet sanding. And that's on the clear coat. So I'm going to do 6 or 800, 1200, 2000 plus, which could be 3000, 4000, and or buff. These are all wet. Using this stuff, Evercoat Rage lightweight filler. It's like Bondo, only good. It's really not going to take much to do this. Alright, let it dry for a few minutes. Should be good to go. I'm going to put a little little tape down here just to protect the top so I don't really tear it up until I'm ready to. I got 80 grit on a real nice rigid sanding block. That's key. You want this dead flat. The trick here is leave the corner till last. Make it like a knife edge. I know it's tempting. You want to sand that first. Just leave it be. That way you'll know how dead flat you are, and then just knock that corner off at the very end. If you don't have this stuff, rubbing alcohol works just fine. Just don't want to use anything stronger than that. All right, here we go. Did about 4 total coats of primer. That's ready for sanding. 400 grit. Nothing more, nothing less. We're trying to give enough to adhere to. We're not trying to polish this primer. If I sand through a little bit, that doesn't matter. I'm just trying to give an even surface. And then I'm going to hit the corners with some of these 3M Scotch-Brite pads, the real lightweight ones. So here we go. Now I'm not too worried about this and this, or I'm sanding through. It's a refinish. If this was a fresh coat of paint, I'd be reshooting my primer with this. Since it's a refin, that's all okay. Finally, to wipe my greasy fingerprints off of this thing. Oh, fuck. Well, there's a redo. Alright, well there's a good lesson. Apparently Prep Clean eats right through this stuff. Note to self. So I'm going to block this back with 400 and shoot primer again. It's just the back, but it's a little bit back to the drawing board. Alright, here we go. Now after that went so spectacularly sideways on me yesterday, I blocked it with 400 and I put a couple more coats of primer on there. everything looks really nice, even. I'm not going to sand it again. I'm not going to hit it with another coat of solvent. I could probably block it with 400 and hit it with rubbing alcohol, but I'm not. I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to start piling up base and then clear on it, and I'll block it from there. I'm really close as it is. So the teachable moment from that is always try shit on the back first. If I did that on the front, there's a lot more to sand around, and it's obviously going to get a lot more seam. The back, that's the first place to test something. I've never had Prep Clean mess with primer like that before, but it's all good, and we'll press on. All right, we are out of black. I don't know how many coats I did. We'll have to count in the video, but I've checked it for boogers and bugs and anything else that have landed in it. It seems pretty good. So I'm moving on to clear. Here we go. We're doing the StuMac clear. It's nitrocellulose lacquer, so the nice thing is you don't have to scuff this. It'll melt directly into the layers below. So I could just leave this as it is right now. I could buff and polish this, but the clear gives me some more depth of the finish and gives me a lot more to work with when I'm leveling. All right, here we go. It's a week later. The clear coat is hardened up nicely. You can see it's still got a little bit of orange peel and some overspray. You'll have that. That's why every good paint job is wet sanded. So what I got going on here is I got a foam kind of medium sanding block. I've had all my sandpaper down here soaking. It's been soaking for a couple hours. And I've got a little squirt bottle full of water with just a couple whatever shampoo. I don't know. Just any shampoo or dish soap or whatever's fine. You're looking to just put a little bit of something in there to make it slip a little better when your paper wants to gum up. So I'm starting with 800 and we'll move up from there. So I'm going to hit it with this mirror glaze, the final pass, hand buff it again, and I'll start putting it together.